B-17 bomber, also known as the Flying Fortress, turns 75 this year. But a restored plane touring the country looks practically new. Reporter Renee Hiblinger takes us to Torrance Airport for a historic flight.
I didn't know what to expect, and since I didn't know what to expect, I was pretty scared.
Norm Stevens was only 19 years old in 1944 when he flew his first mission on a B-17. Stevens, a bombardier, explains why following the lead bombardier was important in strategic bombing.
The rest of us had to check him. When he opened his bomb bay doors, then we opened ours. When he let the bombs go, then we let them go. And so we had a pattern on the ground that would encompass the target. And I wondered how I was ever going to get through all the rest of those missions. But I did. I feel very lucky about it.
The B-17 is a 4-engine long-range bomber. There were about 12,000 built in the 30s for the United States Army Air Forces and were primarily used in World War II for strategic bombing campaigns.
We're in the B-17 right now, and as you can see, there's not a lot of space to move around. If you want to look right here, we have where the crew member sat. He was the gunner position, and he protected the plane from being shot down by the enemy.
They'd have deep penetration missions well into the heartland of Germany, where they were trying to attack the mainstay of manufacturing, ball bearing plants, aircraft manufacturing plants.
The airplane known as the Flying Fortress is returning to the sky for its spring tour, and the EAA is offering a ride of a lifetime.
Until you've flown in the airplane, you really haven't. You can read textbooks, you can read memoirs, you can watch movies, but to fly in this piece of living history, it turns on a whole new understanding of what our veterans went through in World War II and what an incredible mission they did. And we're just so grateful for everything that they did, the greatest generation.
I'm Renee Hiblinger for CitiCABLE 3.
Thanks, Renee. Thousands of people have experienced the excitement of flying in one of the greatest military airplanes ever. The Flying Fortress is on tour every year, so if you'd like to learn more, go to b17.org.
The duties of a police officer are difficult to say the least, but when Torrance PD put down their guns and picked up serving trays, many of them realized they might want to keep their day jobs. Reporter Margaret Sharp has more.
I've forgotten some orders and they've had to wait, but they're being very patient.
Officer Claude Fierro had some challenges waiting tables, but in his defense, he's used to high-speed car chases and giving tickets. Fierro was one of many volunteers that came out to Claim Jumper Restaurant to wait tables for the South Bay Special Olympics.
I think it's a good idea, you know. As they come out here, they do it for free, and then, you donate, they're donating their time, so you donate a little bit of money to their cause, and it's great.
Even though everyone appreciated their service, they didn't hesitate to give their critiques.
They don't know the menu, but they get the job done.
I think they should keep their day jobs.
All of the tips raised will go to benefit the South Bay Special Olympics. 20% of desserts were also donated to the cause. No one appreciates the donations more than the athletes. Jennifer Blydesdale has been active in Special Olympics for 20 years and loves the TIPACOP events.
It feels great, and I'm glad I gained tips for it.
The program supports training and competition in a dozen different sports, and the experience is a meaningful one for the athletes.
It's so much more than just a sports program. It's an opportunity to become much more independent, builds up their self-esteem, and keeps them fit.
In the end, dinners and desserts were served, and Officer Fierro was able to avoid disaster in the kitchen.
I almost fell down there. The floor got slippery, and I had a tray of drinks that I almost lost. But like a cat, I maintained my balance, and I was able to bring that stuff out.
Even though it's a challenging job, one that many officers have never done before, they managed to hold their own pretty well. For CitiCABLE 3, I'm Margaret Sharp.
Thanks, Margaret. The Torrance Police Department participates in 3 TIPACOP fundraisers every year, and at this TIPACOP PD raised nearly $4,500. For more information on the South Bay Special Olympics, go to SOSC.org.
So Fresh Market offers more than just seasonal fruits and vegetables. They also aim to create a gathering place for the community. And with the winter season behind them, they're ready for spring. Reporter Margaret Sharp takes us to their grand reopening.
I like that we can visit people that we've seen a lot, and I'm glad that it's back from the winter.
The So Fresh open air market came back to life after closing down for the winter, and patrons couldn't be happier.
I like the prices. I have a variety of choices of good fruit, not just picking through things. The people are very friendly, and it's just a fun place to come.
The season kickoff also included cooking demonstrations, live music, and cultural Japanese performers. So Fresh Market stands out from the regular farmers market by offering competitive prices, entertainment, and activities, bringing the community together, all while being healthy.
People are on the go, moms are busy, we stop at the if you can have a couple of apples in your bag, when your kids are hungry, and entice them to take that, all the better.
So Fresh is different from a farmer's market because they don't have individual local produce vendors. This way they can search far and wide to get the best possible product.
We get what you call this nice ruby red grapefruit, which is really red and juicy. It's very delicious.
With produce like that, it's easy to see why Mary and her daughter Maricela waited for So Fresh to return from hibernation.
We missed it when it was closed, but we kept up with the emails that they sent us, and it kept a friendly togetherness, so we're glad they're back.
Vendors, cooking demonstrations, and of course fresh fruits and vegetables are all things that make the So Fresh Market a great way to bring the community out. For CitiCABLE 3, I'm Margaret Sharp.
Thank you, Margaret. So Fresh Market is open every weekend behind Delamo Mall on Fashion Way. And although they were closed for the winter, they plan on becoming a year-round market. For more information, go to SoFreshMarket.com. Coming up after the break, we have a look at the local sports scene, and we'll give you information on the city's upcoming election.
Now here's your look at the 5-day forecast.